And in our top business story, Emirates and Etihad Airways are responding to allegations made by the US's largest airlines, Delta, United, and American last month that they are, along with Qatar Airways, have benefited from over $40 billion, the equivalent of 147 billion dirhams in state subsidies over the past 10 years. This comes after U.S. airlines, who are claiming that the Gulf carriers are eating at their market share, have called on the White House to review the Open Skies agreement with the UAE and Qatar. Etihad Airways President and Chief Executive James Hogan, speaking at a U.S. Chamber of Commerce-sponsored aviation event, said the airline receives equity investments and shareholders' loans. Emirates Airline President Tim Clark has also addressed the allegations, stating that Gulf carriers have been gaining ground in the sector as a result of their better product and service, which is taking market share from the U.S. airlines. Industry leaders and influential decision makers attending the 6th Annual PrePay Summit Middle East 2015 Conference and Awards have discussed the latest trends in the prepaid industry, offering new perspectives and practical solutions to the most pressing industry questions concerning the region. Talking about the key driving factors responsible for the growth of the prepaid sector, Group Editor for Consumer Finance and Time Trick Financial Services, Douglas Blakey, the event organizer, said that a number of economic and commercial fundamentals, including regulatory updates, new market players, and not to mention the consumer demand for cashless payments, are fueling the prepaid industry in the region. Blakey added that over the last 6 years, the prepaid market in the Middle East has reached tipping point due to immediacy in mobile connectivity, but most importantly, by the consumer penchant for immediate access. The event organizers said that the summit agenda will take a hard look at all corners of the prepaid sector, offering a health check to ensure that the industry is in a good shape for growth across both corporate and consumer segments. Industry insiders believe that they must gear up fast and develop new, engaging, and relevant card products to meet consumer demands.
Prepaid's an interesting one for the Middle East. We've got some debit, we've got credit, but prepaid's also a nice fit. When you mix in together cultural backgrounds and you mix in the evolution of electronic funds, prepaid fits everyone from the unbanked through to ultra high net worth. So it's a very flexible product. And it's really a platform. You know, people talk about it as a product, but prepaid's really a platform you can build things off. You can use it in the face-to-face, it can be digital. There's so many ways that it can be used, and I think one of the beauties of this conference is that you'll see a number of examples of ways that you probably never imagined a payment tool being used that's actually being used today and is changing the way that businesses operate going forward.
And what's special about Dubai Card is that in a highly new initiative, customers are going to walk up to a kiosk, they're going to be apply for a card, they can load the card there and then, they can input their PIN there and then, and they can walk away with a card that's personalised to them and embossed and is immediately activated and ready for use. And that is, a very, very novel way of meeting a demand in the market for customers to get their hands on a payment method without having to apply and wait.
Marine terminal operator DP World has announced the acquisition of Economic Zones World. Revealing the details of this acquisition, the chairman of DP World, His Excellency Sultan Ahmed bin Sulayem, was quoted as saying that DP World has finalized the acquisition of Economic Zones World shares from Port and Free Zone World. The chairman added that this acquisition will allow DP World to enhance its position as the leading logistics hub in the Middle East region and accelerate growth. Economic Zone's key asset is the Jebel Ali Free Zone, JAFZA, which is one of the largest free zones in the GCC and a major industrial and commercial development in Dubai. DP World is based in Dubai and is one of the largest marine terminal operators in the world. The company operates more than 60 terminals across 6 continents, with container handling generating around 80% of its revenue. Telecom operator Du has approved the payout of 20 fils per share for its second half of 2014, bringing last year's total dividend payout to 32 fils. In a statement, the company explained that all shareholders that are registered in the company's share book as of March 29th will be entitled to receive the dividend. The company announced in February that full-year net profit after royalty increased about 6% to 2.1 billion dirhams compared to 2013, despite an increase in royalty of 55% year-on-year. Its fourth quarter net profit after royalties fell 10% year-on-year on a one-time royalty adjustment of 124 million dirhams related to the final 3 months of 2013. In addition, the telecom operator announced the appointment and election of new board members in its general meeting, where it also appointed PricewaterhouseCoopers to handle its auditing in 2015.